Hi, team. I'm Fitz Kohler, your fitness expert and very noisy race announcer from Fitzness.com, and welcome to the Fitzness Show. Today, we have all sorts of very exciting things to tell you about. Lots of exciting things. We're going to talk about racing and weight loss success and some ridiculous follies. And you are actually going to see me on an Olympic stage performing athletics. It's very, very exciting. But probably the most important part of this whole conversation is my guest, the other half of Team Noisy, the one and only Rudy Novotny.
Hey, Fitz. Hey, everybody. How are you?
I'm great. You look super handsome in that Team Noisy shirt.
Thank you. I am wearing my noisy vest. Sometimes you're noisy, and sometimes you just look noisy.
Sometimes, well, you do look noisy. I had considered a Team Noisy shirt, but I went with the Rocket City Marathon jacket.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Love our friends from Rocket City. Hope to get back there soon.
ASAP. Look, we already have our friends saying hi. They know how this works. Wherever you are, you can say hello, comment, question. You could tell Rudy how handsome he looks in that Team Noisy blue.
You don't have to say that.
Hello, Christina.
Hey, Christina.
Tamara Milliken. We're going to talk about her. Tammy, you're going to be part of the show. So
fantastic.
And then we got an I don't even know who that's from. Mystery Facebook user. Now, Rudy, did you notice the border of the show? I put in a new backdrop just for you.
You know, I actually did. We have what's going on here though? Is that blue cherries?
They're the cherries. And
okay, I like it. Oh, look who's on. Sean Matlock. Man, what a traveler.
I feel like we have personally vacationed with Sean multiple times this year.
Indeed. Got to see Sean a lot. He's awesome.
Route 66, Fargo. I'm drawing a blank, but there was multiple other places we've seen Sean.
Oh yeah, I saw him this weekend. I'm surprised I only saw him once.
Very, very jealous you got to see it. And Katie and Jason, we're going to talk about them today, and we're going to talk about Timothy Powell. Hello, he's been having huge success. Huge success. Okay, so we're going to talk about. There's a lot of weight loss success stories I want to target. I want to talk about our recent races. And then I want to show you a footage of me at the Olympics doing my thing that I do. But okay. I know you're going to be very excited. But I want to tell you about some doofy things that happened to me. And I know only you can understand the first one. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, just checking if you're ready. So beyond announcing races, I have been asked by the local athletic director of my kids' high school if I would announce some of their sporting events. So I've been doing basketball for a very long time, which is big fun. And I love making the kids feel special with big intros. And of course, we do the anthem. And this is the thing I told you, but I haven't told everybody else, that about a month ago, we were about to do the anthem and the very old sound system had a glitch.
Oh, no. What did you do?
Yeah, so I told everybody, I was like, hey guys, there's a glitch, but we're still doing the anthem and I know you know the words. So it is time. We're going to have a patriotic sing-along. And at that point, I pointed to the cheerleading team. I said, and it's going to be led by the Buchholz cheerleaders. And then the cheerleaders looked at me like, lady, you have lost your mind. And then right behind them, the boys varsity basketball team was lined up and they all started belting it out. The anthem. Perfect. It was a big can you see? And then all the fans in the arena joined in. And as you know, it was patriotic magic.
That's all you need to get Fitz Kohler smiling.
It was so good. It was so much fun. And then so this is what I did. The next game was another big game, like a local rivalry or whatever. I said, hey guys, this is a new tradition here at Buchholz. We are doing patriotic sing-along. And what's great about it is it's not great at all. I mean, it's charming, it's patriotic, it's really fun, but nobody has a good voice. And it's wonderful to have a few hundred people with very bad voices singing the anthem.
Well, you know what the amazing thing about that is, though? You have, like you said, like a couple hundred people, none of whom have a particularly good voice. Most of them are actually fairly bad, right. But it ends up sounding really pretty good.
You know what? It was also poignant because these kids, like, I mean, now I sound like an old fogey, like these kids these days, but being a patriot is really important, at least
It
to
is.
me. And I don't even know if they do the pledge every morning. I'm just unsure of that. But the opportunity to sing the anthem loud and proud, like everybody on planet, or at least in this planet, we all know the words. But when we go to an event, that one person sings, and out of 10,000 people, maybe there's 17 who sing along.
Right, right, right. Well, the other thing is the national anthem is a very difficult song to sing. If you go off pitch, just the least little bit, you get lost.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yes. So the pitch, I mean, I sing it all the time. I know the words very well, but I have no pitch. I can talk really good, but my singing's really bad, as demonstrated a few times singing the anthem at races. But I don't know. It's just wonderful to have so many people singing the anthem pitchy. So we do it that first time. And then the second time I was like, hey, new tradition. We're going to do it again. And I thought, we're doing a new tradition, and all the grown-ups loved it. And then they had another rival game. And so the boys basketball team asked their coach, please don't make us sing the anthem. The other team will make fun of us.
Oh,
I know.
oh, that's not okay. That's not okay.
I know. So I was a little bitter. So actually, I was like, against my wishes, Leanne Rhymes is going to sing the anthem. But it was very, very cute. I'm hoping to bring back live anthems again.
Hey, look at Martha's comment at Rebel Big Bear. I guess the sound went out and the runners finished it off. That's, we have both been in situations where we were okay to start.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, music goes out, something goes out, and you just got to continue.
You got to do it.
If you're a patriot, you have to speak up. You have to be heard, and that no matter what it is, but particularly when it's the national anthem.
Well, that's right. So I'd like to talk about, you're echoing again. So put your earbuds in. So Buffalo Marathon 2019. I think this was my first time announcing races where the anthem really went awry, but it was at the dog race, the Ruffalo Stampede, and the iPad, which I had Leanne Rhymes on, had been out in the sun. The sound company didn't have a canopy for it. And so hundreds of dogs, more hundreds of dog owners. I hit play. Leanne Rhymes gets, oh, say, can you see? And then nothing. And I look over, and the iPad has that red, like, heat death or whatever sign. And then I looked at everybody, and I was there bald. It was not my most awesome look ever. But at that point, it was, oh, can you see it? Okay. Oh, say, can you see? And then I just put the microphone up to my mouth and started singing horribly the rest of the words. But I brilliantly gestured like this, and everybody joined in, and I was able to put the mic down, but not before the dog started howling. That was my, oh, here he is. Look at this. Greg Weber, our race director, total pro. He got to hear my horrible singing, and I know it touched his heart. And then shortly after, in January, we're in Carlsbad Marathon, and our iPad barely glitched, but you just were like, I'm on it. Oh, say, your big deep voice is so great.
And I know you'd usually like chime right in and help out, but you were too busy looking over at me going, oh my God, you're doing this.
I was laughing so hard, just dying. And then I realized, oh God, there's people looking over here and cameras and stuff. I need to act like a grown-up. So I tried.
Sorry.
I tried. Oh, look at this. Brian Solberg. I made the dogs howl, but you were there listening to Rudy sing the anthem. So if you want to chime in on his beautiful voice, go ahead. You actually have a really good singing voice.
Well, thank you very much. Dave Dunkowski. Hey, Dave.
And a mystery user says Rudy can sing. Rudy can sing.
I can sing a little bit.
Perhaps at the end of the show, I will ask you to sing something.
Oh, it's not going to happen today. Get set for disappointment. Not happening. Thanks for the invite.
I feel like I can twist your arm into it. Okay, so anywho, so I'm doing all this high school announcing. We went off, which I'm glad we did. Then they said, hey, we're in the soccer regional championships. Will you come to the stadium to announce soccer? Sure, happy to do it. So I show up there. The stadium is 40 billion years old or something. Actually, I think it was built in the 60s. Concrete. And there's one of those announcer booths way up high. So I'm the voice in the sky. But when I arrived, there was no chance of warming up or practicing saying anything. So I go in there and they've given me rosters, but I don't have any script for the welcome to the teams. This is the name of the officiating company. And what was it? Oh, I had to say, welcome to the women's state regional quarterfinal. And then it was time to go. And I started speaking into the microphone. And what I didn't realize is there was a colossal echo and a colossal delay. Everything is concrete. I'm in a little concrete cinder block at the top of the stadium. And I start talking and the words just keep coming into my ears. And then it broke. The connection between my brain and my mouth just short-circuited. And I couldn't say words. And so it was all gobbledygook coming out because I kept trying. And I couldn't say regional and I couldn't say quarterfinal.
That's tragic. That's just you're
hala. It was something. I'm actually not sure what sounds I made, but none of them were regional or quarterfinal. And then finally, this is the beauty of a live performance, right? I just went, the delay is killing me, and the people in the stadium were dying. But yeah, I was able to get through the intro of the anthem because that's what's the word? That's it's something I'm accustomed to, right? I always do that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I ever said regional quarterfinal. And then during the anthem, I panicked. There was a dad with earphones. I was like, give me your earphones, and noise canceling, which they didn't really cancel the noise, but I got those. I shut the door and I crouched down low. It was a very weird experience. I was able to read the girls' names, I think, because I didn't have to think. But have you ever been thrown off by a delay?
Oh yeah, the big stadium sound, while it's very exciting and very iconic, is the delay is deadly because we're used to speaking and hearing ourselves speak, and when Jeremy, but when you say something and it's 1, 2, and then you hear it again, it's just very disconcerting, and it takes actually it takes a good amount of experience and just trying different things to make it work. It's hard. It's really hard.
So I don't know if I want to continue an experience with a crazy delay, but what I did is then I went out and I bought myself noise canceling headphones. I think they were noise isolating, so they really weren't good. And then I got a bunch of cotton balls and I shoved them in my ear. And then I wrote out the words. I mean, we like to talk off the top of our head. We just talk to people, right? No, I had to write the whole welcome and I had to laser focus. It was very unique. It was different.
Yeah, that's tough. And I don't know if our listeners really understand the impact of this. You were momentarily silenced.
I wasn't intelligent enough to silence myself because I kept trying to talk. And there was no brain to mouth connection. I just said gobbledygook.
You've gone through a number of different challenges lately.
I have. Okay, so there's that. And then there's 2 more dorky things I want to tell you about. Actually, 3 more dorky things. And then we'll move on because we've got lots of stuff to cover. You don't even know what we're covering today.
No, I don't. No, I'm fearful of that. So
you could be my guinea pig. Okay, so that was number 1 dorky thing that happened to me. And then the other thing is when I was announcing the Donna in Jacksonville, the national marathon to finish breast cancer, I was at the finish line. We had a pretty raucous finish line. It was icy cold and raining. And so people were dancing, I think, just to stay warm, but everyone was super fun. And I was chasing all of the survivors through. So if I knew there was a survivor coming, which either my computer told me or they were wearing a bib, there were some identifying marks on these men and women with breast cancer. But I was chasing them through. And at one point, I hit the cones. There were cones right by the finish line. And I just kind of turned and I hit it. And I did that really slow motion thing. Now all eyes are on me because I'm making all sorts of stupid noise.
That's so bad.
Fall. It took like 45 seconds. My arms were flailing the whole thing. The cones are falling. I never fell. but it was totally spastic and ridiculous. I wish
You're
it were
such,
you.
you're such a, yeah, of course you do. You're such a goofball. Hey, I know you already did a show on it, but I know that Donna was amazing. How many survivors roughly did you have, and how many did you not hug when they came in?
Okay, that's a great question. I was actually going to talk about the whole race later, but let's just talk about it now. And there's Babs. She's also another story from the Donna. Okay.
Oh, is that Babs? Oh,
Babs.
you've told me all about Babs. Hi,
Okay,
Babs.
and I'm
I'm
going to tell
Rudy.
everybody else about Babs. I'm going to answer your question first. So we had thousands of runners. On the half marathon day alone, we had over 250 survivors.
Wow, fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, it was incredible. And I think clearly people with breast cancer flock to this event because it's supporting the cause that saved their life, made their life easier during treatment. And it's one of the reasons that I'm really excited about announcing the race, being, because I did have the breast cancer, and it's, I don't know, means a little something extra, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
course,
all
absolutely.
the causes we work for mean a lot, but this one particularly is personal.
Absolutely. I mean, my experience goes back to many Race for the Cure events, and those were always special. And so many people, affected. 1 in 8. 1 in 8. It's just a horrible number. So.
Yeah, and you see it very vividly. And so I can go and say I've announced races for heart disease and ovarian cancer, and all equally. I'm equally passionate on board, but this one very, very special. And the numbers, over 250 men and women on just that Sunday. So if we had 2,000 athletes, there you are, the 250 plus survivors. And it means look around. If you go to lunch with a group of your friends, look around. One of you is next. And I hate saying that, but it means you just have to be diligent. You get the mammograms, you squeeze your stuff, men and women, squeeze all your stuff. But yeah, so we had 250 plus. And so at the beginning, I thought, as I do with all my other events, if I know somebody who has suffered the disease, we're celebrating, etc., or working to fight, I will go find those people and recognize them. So I had no idea there was 250 people. And I actually grabbed a volunteer. I was like, keep an eye on my computer. I've got a lot to look at. If there's a survivor, you let me know. And so I was freaking exhausted because I had no clue. It was maybe, the race starts at 7. We're on the mic at 6. And then I don't know, it's 11:30 noon. And I'm basically bent over by the medals thinking, holy crap, because you have to go back to the inside of the finish line, find the lady, run her through, get her story, make a stink. I burned lots and lots of calories that day.
Did you check your miles that day? You should have checked your miles.
So I did.
You probably did a 10K.
I did. I had about 4 miles.
Okay.
But I had also left my phone to play music off of for quite a few hours. So 4 miles doesn't really tell the whole story. But yeah, it was exhausting. Okay. So that was really cool and very special. Oh, and the moms of the survivors were super touching. Okay, so we're going to tell you about Babs.
Okay, tell me about Babs.
All right, so it's Friday night before the weekend. So we do the expo, and then I'm told some of the ambassadors and the race leadership is going to this brewery, and would I like to come? And my answer is, heck yeah, I would like to come. So I'm there mingling, chit-chatting with everyone. And Babs and I are talking, and she goes, you ran Boston. Babs lives in Boston. I said, oh, yeah, I did, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling her some of the silly stuff from my race day. But then I tell her I ran with Vince Varallo, who owns the Boston or built the Boston Buddies Running Club. She goes, oh, you ran with Vince? And I said, I did. And she goes, I put the medal on Vince. And I said, oh, well, I think the person who put the medal on me was an older blonde lady. And so I go looking through my photos. And
who was it?
Older blonde lady. It's Babs.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Very cool. Amazing. That's amazing.
So we did all sorts of screaming. Everyone was jumping up and down and screaming. It was very girly. And then, and obviously I love her from a million reasons. Oh, and look, here's Babs. She's like, I remember you from Buffalo. And so I was like, well, clearly we have to pay it forward. So I've got your medals all weekend. And so the 5K and the half marathon, I medaled her.
Nice. That's awesome.
Really cool. Really cool. Okay. And she is in charge of all the ambassadors. Thank you very much, Babs. I love taking care of everybody. In fact, some of the survivors, Rudy said that they've run that race 10 years in a row, and whatever announcer they've had has never even acknowledged them.
Mm. Well, it's people do different things in different ways. In an event like that or anything like that, of course, we both feel that it's just so important to honor the people that were there to celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and you are a survivor seeking missile, like you call me a bandit seeking missile.
That's right. Oh, and so here's the thing. Some of the ladies, it kills me. People, if you're watching, do not go through a finish line with earbuds in. I mean, that's a dumb move in general, because hopefully the announcer's going to be saying something nice to you and you could hear all the nice kudos coming your way. But yeah, so I would say Susie Q is here. She's a survivor. Susie Q keeps going. Now I can see her because I found her number. She's got the survivor on her shirt. I'm trying to Susie Q. I'm hounding these people, screaming, Susie Q, stop. Keeps going, gets her medal, keeps going. I had to grab some of them by the jacket, turn around, come back here, and bring them forward like the Lion King. This is Susie Q. She's 20 years out or whatever. But
The Lion King.
I got scrappy. I was like, you, come back here. Stop moving forward.
Oh, you are trouble, Kohler.
Oh, this is true. Oh boy, we got so many good stories. Okay, I want to stick with the Donna for just a little more because there's something else I want to tell you. This was dorky and wonderful. So I have a guest coming on my show Friday. Her name is Dawn Masalem. In fact, she is Dr. Dawn Masalem. She is a breast cancer interventional oncologist.
Okay.
Mouthful.
Never heard of that one.
Right. She works for the Mayo Clinic and she specializes in supporting breast cancer patients. So she came out to run her very first marathon at the Donna. But this is her story. I think it's about 15 years-ish prior. She had stage 4 cancer. I think it was lymphoma. I could be wrong. Yeah. So she survived that, but the chemo damaged her heart. And so for a decade plus, she's been suffering from basically heart failure. And 365 days before the Donna marathon is when she got her heart transplant.
She got a transplant?
She got a transplant. Yeah. 1 year before her marathon, her first marathon.
And so she was there. She didn't run or anything, though.
She did. She ran the marathon.
She ran the marathon?
Yeah. What should I say? So
that's amazing.
Right. So, I mean, she's so sweet. We fell in love. We met at the expo and I said, you're going to be my best friend. So Rudy, you're off. That you're like second best friend now. So anywho, here we know that Dawn's coming. I don't know what Dawn's wearing and it's cold. So people are kind of bundled up. So someone will say that's her. And then I announce to the crowd, okay, folks, turn your attention to the finish line. Oh, wait. No, that's not her.
Oh, nice. we both had that. We both had that happen plenty of times.
It happened to me like 4 times. Oh, what a debacle. I felt like a total spaz. So after tripping over the cones and getting winded, and it was a really fun
But
weekend.
were you able to bring Dawn in a little later in the day?
Like a boss. Yes, I did. We eventually caught her and she got a proper welcome and everyone got a reminder to sign up for the organ donation list. So again, for folks that are watching, that's important to do. You actually can save a life. And if you can't be here in your entirety, might as well be here making other people function, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they can have anything they're interested in me. It's probably not much.
Oh, I'm just going to get your mouth. I want a mouth transplant. I'm going to put your big voice on my body. If something happens to you, will you donate your voice to me?
Really? You're going to be in a race there. Runners, son. People are going to go, what the hell was that?
That sounds great, but gee whiz, that voice just doesn't match.
I knew Rudy and her were close, but oh my God.
Donated his voice to me.
There you go.
That's so funny. So Andrew Katula loved hearing you guys call my name. Yes, that's why you got to keep the earbuds out. And then Jeremy. We love Jeremy House.
Oh, I love the way he put that. That's so awesome. Jeremy, we've been seeing you do hard things for years.
He's so great. Now you were announcing a race this weekend. And let's talk about your races this weekend. Was it the Kook or the trail run that Jeremy ran?
Jeremy did the trail run.
Now,
Jeremy did the half marathon, and the trail run was endurance race series, San Pasqual Valley half marathon. There was a 10K, a half, and a 20 miler. And real beautiful area over by Wild Animal Park, now called Safari Park, probably called Safari Park for the last 15 years, whatever. Anyway, beautiful stretch. We were in a state park, at least we started in a state park. I think we were the whole time. And about a little under 500 people. Jeff Stoner is the race director, does a great job, puts a lot of these on, most of them in San Diego and some in Colorado as well. And, you know, I can't remember your calendar. I don't have a lot of trail races. You know, I just most everything we do is road. And it was really fun to be out at a trail race. It's a different crowd. I know you've heard that. Okay, but
seen it.
Seen it. But and of course, Jeremy was out there doing the half marathon, and of course, as happens. Maybe not that often, but too often, we get sidetracked with something else that's happening at the moment. One of our most wonderful friends comes across the finish line.
Painful.
So I turn around, and there's Jeremy, and he's fine. He doesn't, Jeremy's good. We've only brought Jeremy House to the finish line, I don't know, a couple hundred times, would you say?
But this is the thing. If you were there when Jeremy came through, you were going to run into the finish line chute and go hug him and have him spin you around, correct?
Well, you and I are different a little bit like that. Now, I mean, I'm a hugger, but not like you. You tackle people.
A little, but he's so good at that. This is what you need to try. If I'm not at a race, you need to get Jeremy and then let him spin you around. He's a very big, strong man.
Let him spin. Well, okay, so Jeremy and I took a couple of pictures, and I just couldn't help. I feel like a midget next to Jeremy, and I'm, just under 6 foot, and Jeremy's high. And anyway, but it was really fun to kind of change things up and be at a trail race. Everybody, it's a real chill environment. That doesn't mean that these trail runners, next time, buddy, next time. It doesn't mean these runners aren't competitive, and they want PRs and stuff like that. But it's just a very relaxed crowd. Let me tell you about an observation that I had, a very specific observation. Okay, so as far as arriving and coming to a race, literally getting there, my observation, and I've only been doing this for like 25 years, so this observation should have been, excuse me. So for triathlon, the participants, if the start is 7 o'clock, the participants will come at 3 a.m.
Yes.
And they'll get their bike ready. They'll get all their stuff together. They'll go to the staging area. They'll put everything together, and then they spend the rest of the time just in the Zen place, and that's what they do. At a trail race, if the start is 7, they'll come at 5, and they'll sleep in their car. Fine with that. And then they'll be at the start line at about 5 of 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, for a road race, so many of the people for a 7 o'clock start will arrive at about 6:55, 6:56.
Yeah.
So it's a very different thing. But it was beautiful. San Diego has been blessed with amazing summer weather. It was warm, perhaps a little too warm for the half marathoners and 20 milers. But we had water out there, and of course, in trail running, a lot of these people are carrying, their own liquids, which is great. It was just it was a blast. It was super fun. Played some great music, thanks to the music technician Fitz Kohler,
That's right.
and and it just had a great time. And then the next day,
Wait, pause. Okay, we're in a trail race, and you asked me about all the survivors at my event. How many beards did you have at the trail race?
beards. Oh, well,
Beards.
lots of beards, lots of beards, a lot of long beards.
Long beards.
Yeah, I think-
Man buns and ponies.
yeah, there are a bunch of those.
Okay.
Yeah, good observation.
It's a requirement. And then
Yeah.
also, did you see even one lady with lipstick?
Only after.
Okay.
Only after they finished. I think just threw a little bit on for some pictures and stuff like that. But you know, and it's not that it's absent in road racing. You know, we love people just having a great time partying, just being joyful. But the trail athletes just just super fun. They were clearly just having a great time.
Love it.
Huge support for each other. Huge
Yeah.
support. And you know, also a great time not to have these in, because in a trail, you know, to be courteous, if people need to pass, you know, you're on the right and pass left. But if you can't hear anybody behind you saying passing or whatever,
Right.
and of course, I know, you know, the trails go from super wide to single track. You're on a single track and you're trying to pass somebody, and, you know, so.
Well, the other thing, especially here in Florida, you want to be able to hear hissing or gators growling
Yeah.
at you.
There are other reasons not to have those.
There's
here,
a
but-
lot of news stories about like some cyclists like tipping
Yeah.
over, landing on a gator or whatever. So I keep an eye out for that stuff when I'm running in the woods. I do not obstruct my hearing.
Yeah, I just personally, I just enjoy just the sounds of nature and
me too.
being aware of my my surroundings.
Look here, Novotny. Brian
Fireball
Stolberg,
shots,
Dr. Brian Stolberg, Mr. Party
Okay.
Pants, fireball shots, pre-tail race.
Okay, whatever
Love
you
that.
say, Dr. B.
I did not know that about Dr. B. Maybe that is the thing that makes him so magical is fireball.
Could be. So yeah, so that was the trail event. Super fun. Jeff and his crew did a great job, and it was fun to be part of that. And you know, I'm I'm doing my thing and watching, and like, you know, I need to get on the dirt. I need to get out there and do some trail running. It's it's something I've done very little of. I have done some, and every time I've done it, I've just like, why am I not doing this more?
And it's so good for your hips.
Yeah. Hold on. You hear that?
Yep. And how is your hip doing? Someone asked earlier. Someone was like,
My
"How's the
hip,
Rudy?"
thank you for asking, whoever you are in Fitz Kohler. My hip's doing very, very well. It's the right side that got a new hip. And I would say I'm officially about 99.5% back.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Hip, hip, hooray. I'm having some really good workouts and feeling like I'm getting my strength back, maybe a little more leg speed. And Rudy needs to get dirty. I need to get dirty. You're right, Kelly.
Brian.
It's good to be dirty.
Supports that.
Dirty boys. I love it. Well, expect to see me out there. I'm going to be doing it. So
and then Sunday you announced the Kook, which was a return to action after a couple of years off.
Couple years off, and the Kook was an absolute blast. What a fantastic San Diego race. It was actually the 10th year with a very unfortunate, 2 years of being off / virtual.
Yeah.
And really an iconic event. For anybody who isn't aware of it, the Kook is a statue, a surfer statue that was erected in Cardiff by the Sea, on the coast, San Diego and North County coast. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful area. And the actual name of the statue is Magic Carpet Ride.
Oh, super fun.
Yeah, and it was
That would be a great race. The Magic Carpet Ride.
Fantastic race. Fantastic. So it's a surfer, it's a goofy footed surfer. And actually most of the at least when it came out, the surfers did not like it. As the story goes, the Botanical Society paid the artist, they commissioned that piece. And it's in a really iconic area. It's overlooking the water. It's beautiful. It's a walk by area on the coast. And I guess they funded it as they had the funds to do it. And he was the artist, Matt. Sorry, Matt, I can't remember your last name. And but anyway, he was getting paid as it was happening, and he was at the last piece where there was going to be a big wave behind the surfer. That was and it's a very well done piece. It's really a nice piece of art. And the Botanical Society ran out of money, so the big wave that the surfer was going to be. It's just this really little splash.
Aww.
But the kook is iconic. It's again in Cardiff, and what it's become iconic for is being dressed up. So it's a public piece of art, and things like that, statues, you're not supposed to, they're just to respect them and not vandalize them.
Right.
And go ahead.
Costumes.
And it has become the most honored and costumed thing ever. Depending on what time of year it is, around late May, early June, the kook will have the cap and gown on. Somebody will come in the middle of the night, and we're the sheriff's department is our law enforcement for the area, and they do a great job. Thanks to the sheriff's department. But they kind of look the other way. So when we have breast cancer awareness, the kook's got pink and a pink robe, and it's very, very cool. Anyway, it's become something that's so iconic that there's a race around it. There's a race, yeah. And so it's a 5K and 10K. Race directors Jim O'Hara and Jeff Stoner from Endurance Race Series. I think it's Run San Diego or Race San Diego. Sorry, guys, if I messed that up. But 5K, 10K, super competitive 10K. We had men's time was under 30, 29 and change. Huge teams came out. San Diego Track Club with a huge contingent, nice. And a lot of other teams, Prado Racing Team and a bunch of others, and about 1,900 other people. Oh, and costumes.
I love costumes.
Costumes, all kinds of costumes. And as it comes back, I hope we have more of the costume contest and costume vibe, because there were huge, and when I say huge, I mean huge prizes for the costumes.
Well,
and
you said there was like thousands of dollars up
there.
Right?
There was stuff. There was Viore wear, apparel, yeah, and just incredible amounts of stuff. Mudroom had bags for everybody.
Oh, interesting.
Really, really nice. The great sponsors. It was just so, Fitz, it was just another case of you're doing what you're doing and you're thinking, we're back. This is, you missed it, but you don't know until you're back in it,
right?
How much you missed it, So it was spectacular. We had a beautiful day. I think it was about a little over 2,000 people. Next year, I fully expect it to be double that. It was just a blast. North County Coast. You and I have, on our way to Swami's, we've been.
yeah.
Swami's
it's a
Cafe
area.
It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So,
and they have the best announcer. It sounds like. Well,
he's okay. And I got to give Jim O'Hara, race director Jim O'Hara, credit. We shared some microphone time. Always fun working with Jim. He knows a lot of the people at the race personally, being a coach, and he's the coach and creator of Seaside Striders, and it was great. It was just really, really, really fun. My daughter ran, and Jenna ran really well.
She's so athletic.
She's amazing. She's one of those people who doesn't train, and or she trains, but she runs. I mean, but she might not train specifically for something, and then just jump in and run some crazy time. So,
and she just had a birthday yesterday.
She did. My Valentine's Day birthday bunny. Yes. Awesome. Happy birthday, Jenna, again. So
happy birthday,
Jenna. And your daughter was on the 11th. So
that's right. Ginger
noisy daughters. Exactly.
Oh, and Ginger Bean is having all the fun a 19-year-old should have. She is Fitz 2.0 on steroids. She's.
Oh no!
I know.
I'm not sure the world is prepared.
She went out to a bar. She's a gator, so they go out, and she went dancing with her friends, and she dropped it low and split her pink pants. And then she went, there was a drag queen show. So she went to the drag queens and said, help. And they taped up her bum with Scotch tape, which
Like a
is the
true-
perfect thing to happen when you turn 19, right?
Of course. And like a true Kohler, the show must go on.
Show must go on. Yeah, her friends were like, we got to go. And Ginger said, heck no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving because my can's blowing in the wind. So, but she did say, she goes, I dropped it down and then I got a whoo.
You feel that
fresh air in my netherly regions.
You feel that cool breeze that shouldn't be there.
No, you should not. You should not. That's right. We're going to send these cheap, stupid pants to you, Kelly. You can put it. Oh, Kelly Privette, she sewed her own outfit that she ran the Donna in.
Very cool. Very creative. We have a lot of very creative and talented friends and fans.
She's very talented, makes lots of her own clothing. And public shout out, she brought me a decaf Diet Coke and some pistachios before the race.
Oh, you get the love. You're getting the love.
I do. I feel like every race I have one superstar who shows up with a decaf Diet Coke, and I appreciate that. Anyone else out there wants to show love, I'm for sale. Decaf
really cheap.
Cheap. That's right. Cheaply. Okay. So we're gonna go to the Olympics. Have you been watching the Olympics?
Yeah, I've been watching a fair amount. My summer Olympics is my jam, but real fun at the Winter Games as well.
Okay, so more importantly, I am now an Olympic caliber skier. As you know, I went skiing in the Poconos, the big Titan ski resort, Camelback in Pennsylvania. Everybody talks about the Poconos for skiing. All the elites go there for training. And I didn't show you this. I told you I skied, but now you get to see it.
Oh no!
Are you ready? Are you super excited?
I think I am excited.
Okay, here it comes. Okay, that was very exciting, wasn't it?
You just tore it up.
I know. So the things I wanted you to know or see was that there was a moose and there were bears.
You saw?
Did you see the moose and bears out there?
No.
Clearly you weren't paying. Okay, so
yeah, I saw them.
It was dangerous conditions. And none of the Olympians that are in Beijing are thinking about this, but I did the pizza all the way down the mountain. Do you know what pizza is?
Yeah, I get it.
I pizza the whole way. Very impressive. I wanted you to see that because I don't know if anybody knew what a good skier I was.
My heart can't handle the excitement. And now any of the Olympians that were watching are trembling just knowing that you might make a bid for the next year.
That's right. I'm going to just show up. I don't even need an invitation. I'm just going to get out there with my rented skis. And yeah. So anyways, I was very proud of that, but so exciting and also so scary because I've only been skiing maybe 3 or 4 times. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you pick up speed really quickly, even if you don't want to. That was my problem.
I'm a little surprised that you're not more of a snowboarder.
I've been once and I enjoyed that. I was going to snowboard this time, but I wasn't actually feeling so good when I was out there skiing. It wasn't, I just started coming down with something and I just didn't want to make the effort. But next time, Novotny, and I'm going to bring you and your new hip with me.
Yeah, you bring me. Yeah, okay. And I'll be there. Go, Fitz, go.
No, you got to ski. You got to do all the fun stuff too. Okay. Are we moving on from my...
Oh, we are. You're running the show.
Once again, the moose and the bear.
The moose and the bear. Thank you for reeling that back. I can't believe that I missed that.
I know, but you know what? Driving home to my in-laws' house, my brother-in-law hit a deer.
Yeah.
It was very sad. It was very sad. And I was in the front seat and I saw it all. And we've never done that before. And I actually said about 30 seconds prior, I said, Gareth, have you ever hit a deer? And he said, once, and then boom. And I said all the yucky words. It was a terrible experience. I don't recommend it.
All right. You guys didn't have venison for dinner the next day.
No,
Okay, just asking. Okay, all right.
No, but this is actually a nice thing. There's an animal sanctuary nearby with lions and things, and so they go pick up deers that have been hit, and then
okay, okay, nothing wasted. That's good.
Yeah, which is, I guess, feels better. Okay, now I want to talk about weight loss success, because as you've been viewing my hotties,
you've had some amazing success.
Amazing success.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people out there are desperately trying to lose between 1,000 and 1,000 pounds, and not everyone's in my Hottie Challenge. If you want to be part of it, it's called the Hottie Body Fitzness Challenge. I'm going to share the name, and then you could just join the group and I'll invite you in. But within this group, I guide people to use the exact formula for weight loss, for their eating habits, and then I literally give them specific workouts to do every day. And so targeting the main excuses, I don't know how to eat. Okay, well, here's exactly how to eat. And then workouts designed for you, because so many people say, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. Okay, well, this is what I want you to do. And then I have little videos that show you, that guide you along. If I tell you to do angry ups and you don't know what they are, I have little workout videos. So I have a couple thousand people in the group, and we recently started a Hotties to 100 challenge, which is a group of people who want to lose 100 or more pounds. Now, some of them have already lost 200 and something pounds.
Wow.
And they're just trying to tack on another 50 or so. But, I think that 100-pound mark is something extra. And so we've worked it out where each of these individuals has an accountability partner, and they're working together. And the folks trying to lose 100 or more pounds, they're helping their accountability partner too. It's been magical. And so again, I don't know who this mystery person is, but yes, the Hotties are doing great. So I want to share some of the success. Whether you want to be a Hottie or not, weight loss is attainable. Whoever you are, whether you think it's my metabolism or I've hit menopause, baloney, you can lose weight. You just have to take the proper actions. And sometimes it helps to hear about other people's success to inspire your own. Do you agree with that, Mr. Novotny?
I do. Hey, just backing up just for a moment, how expensive is it to join and be part of the group?
It's a whole $0.
It's $0?
$0.
Zero?
0 cents, $0.
That's my favorite. That means like free.
I know. And I put a lot of effort into the Hotties, but my business model for fitness is that corporations pay my salary. So the race organizations, if I'm a spokesperson for a company, or if someone hires me to speak, then they pay me. And I always appreciate it when my friends and family refer me out for those things. But I never want $1 to stand between me and helping an individual. So I don't charge anybody for any of those things. Martha's part of our group. She's part of the Hottie 100. Kelly, you can afford that. Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody can afford that. It's no excuses experience. If it costs you nothing, what's in your way, right? If you really want to accomplish great things, especially weight loss and fitness, I can help. Okay,
did you see we've uncloaked our Facebook user?
Oh, did we? Yes, it was Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. Thank you.
Nicole also has a new hip, so you two can do the hippie shake together one day.
Okay.
That's important. Okay, so listen, first off is Timothy Powell. Timothy is down almost 200 pounds, or about 200 pounds. And he recently went plant-based about a couple of months ago. And those last 25, 30 pounds he was dying to lose have just fallen off.
Wow.
He's, for the first time in his adult life, he's under 200 pounds.
Now, and if I remember correctly, and of course we celebrate success like that, but if I remember correctly, Tim has had some ups and downs in that challenge. And
what's interesting is mostly he's lost and then stayed at that weight. He hasn't really gained too much back. I think there was one time where maybe he gained like 10, 15 pounds back, but overall he's come down, and then he's held there for a while, and then he'll come down again. And now he's finally pushing it to the nth degree. I mean, being below 200 pounds when he was about 400, he says he thinks he was 400, but he never got on the scale. He was afraid to get on the scale at that weight. Yeah. So I give him credit for dropping 200 pounds, but he uses the exact formula for weight loss. He sticks with his caloric budget, and then he works out, and he doesn't make excuses. If he has to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to go exercise, he does it. He does it. And I was able to witness his first 5K, his first 10K, his first half, and his first full marathon. So he's not running much now, just a little bit here or there. He actually was very excited to see what it felt like to run below 200 pounds. Can you imagine running over 300 pounds?
No, that's back to that quite a while ago when you were doing this, and you mentioned something as simple as like picking up a 10-pound weight and just walking with it.
Yeah.
And then putting it down and feeling how much easier it is with 10 pounds.
Yes.
Now I'm thinking of going and getting a bar with 100, or in this case, 200 pounds, lifting it
and doing everything with it.
You're right. Exactly. Just, you know what? I got to be honest. I'm unimaginable. I mean, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So many moons ago, when I used to do personal training, if someone came in and they said they wanted to lose 50 pounds, I'd have to have them go pick it up, or at least whatever they could. Right.
There you go.
And then I would have them do all sorts of mundane things. Okay, walk over here, sit down, stand up, walk over there. And, just to see what a burden that amount of weight is putting on your body. And then I'd say, okay, put it down. Isn't this better? So imagine what life is going to be 50 pounds less. The other cool thing to do, and then this is especially once you've lost a certain amount of weight, is go to the meat department at your grocery store and gather, if you've lost 30 pounds, go gather 30 pounds of chopped meat.
Okay.
See what that looks like. That's what you've lost.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Just look at it. It's impressive. It's impressive. And those visuals do help a lot of people, right?
Absolutely. And, just personally, for my own running, I've been very fortunate. I've worked really hard at it too. And I've never really had what I'll call extra weight or much extra weight.
Right.
And 2 pounds, a pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, I feel it. I feel it on the plus side, and I feel it on the minus side. I know the difference. My body knows the difference. So
fine tuning. And that's actually one of the greatest things. I love it when people say, okay, I want to lose 100 pounds, and I help them lose 100. And then all of a sudden they get to play Michelangelo. They get to sculpt their body the way they want to. And it always makes sense to do the strength training while you're in the process of losing the weight. But yeah, it's interesting when people get to that point B and then they get to create a new point B. And maybe it's running faster. Maybe it's I want my upper body to be a little more muscular, or I want to be able to touch my toes and do the yoga poses. I mean, life gets easier when you get closer to your ideal weight.
Absolutely. It's everything. I think everything feels better.
I think so. Okay. So we're going to move forward. I have about a dozen examples. I just asked people, I said, brag a little bit. Let me know if I can share your name. So Christina Kaprzak says since January 1st. So this is what I asked them. Share what you've accomplished since January 1st. Christina says she's lost 15 pounds using the exact formula. So 15 since January 1st.
Nice.
And it falls off if people start using it. And if you don't know what the formula is, go to Fitzness.com. And then right on the cover, there's a link to exact formula for weight loss. Nicole Vargas, she's here. Hippie Shake. She said she went 100% plant-based as of a week or so ago, and she's not starving, and she's still using the formula, which I love. Not everybody has to go plant-based, but there are certainly some perks and rewards to doing so. And I think sometimes people just need to know they can do it without feeling like they're suffering. And so I'm really happy for her. And she has some other issues, not just weight issues she's trying to solve, and a plant-based diet will do that. Elise says she's 13 pounds down since January. She's strength training 3 days a week with a trainer, keeping track of her food. Her pants are getting loose, and she's getting rid of big sizes as they get too big, never going back to a size 18 or 20. And she's at 264 now. She was 277 on January 1st, and she's part of our Hottie 100 group. So her goal is definitely to get below 177. And I think her real goal was like 135 or something.
Woo, that's awesome. Big goals. Those are some serious goals.
Yeah. And these are regular people. So I always think it's interesting. I mean, we're regular people too, but nobody's identifying with me right now. I used to have a struggle with my weight, no longer. So it's nice to hear from people who are there, right? Anthony Welk, who I love, he says he's been hovering at a weight for about 6 months, and now he's lost 7 pounds a week since recommitting. 1 pound a week for 7 total since recommitting to the formula. And he's doing some sort of activity every day, which he's now swimming a lot too. More people need to get in the pool, including my great guest today.
Hey, wait, I'm gonna look past the last comment, although you're correct. Is everybody you're talking about? Are those numbers all from January 1st?
All from January 1st, except for Timothy losing 200.
Right. So that's 45 days, 15 pounds, 7 pounds. That is very real progress.
He's now at 9. So this was a week and a half ago. I asked for these details.
Oh man, I mean that's not small. That's not a small.
It's not a small thing. I mean, imagine you start trying to lose. You lose a pound a week between January 1st and June 1st.
Yeah,
that's almost 30 pounds. That's incredible. That's a lot of weight. Go look at the chop meat. You see how much weight.
Well, I was just looking at my dumbbells that I don't pick up enough to see.
Yeah, and the dumbbells are so much smaller because they're denser weight, right? Chop meat, you get an actual view of what your body, what kind of weight you've lost or you want to lose. Melissa Wainman, super fun. She said she's noticed an incredible difference in her physical abilities. Plus, she's lost 7 pounds since using the formula. And she said, for example, I was able to replace the water jug on the cooler at work with relative ease, where previously it was a huge, painful strain. She's also not out of breath going upstairs, and she feels better in her body and has noticed her pants fitting more loosely.
That's got to feel good.
And we like to focus on non-scale victory. So I think weight matters. Weight definitely matters for a variety of reasons: heart, respiratory system, joints, joint health for certain. But, she can do things more easily because she's losing the weight and she's getting stronger with the cardio and the strength training and the flexibility. Christine Jones. She's down. This was a couple of weeks ago. She's down 10 pounds since January 1st. She's joined a gym and have gone to exercise at least several times a week. And she's seeing her clothing get more baggy. And she's also not getting out of breath going upstairs. She's keeping track of her food every day, making positive changes and feeling better.
Nice. I like the not losing her breath going upstairs. Yes. Just something that simple. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's life-changing. Jen Blametti, she ran dopey and she's lost 4 pounds.
All right.
Amazing. Ramona, she's lost 5 pounds since January. Laura Wright, she's interesting. Laura, she's lost 16.8 pounds since January 1st. She's worked out every day since January 1st, except for the 5 days where she had COVID. And she's strength training on a regular basis for the first time ever.
Nice. The strength training is going to pay off big, of course, and I know you pound that one home.
I do. It's the fountain of youth. Boosts your metabolism, makes curvy muscles. It helps you avoid injury, sprains, strains, and tears. Okay, Stefaniacs. My Stefaniacs. Excuse me. Katie's down 5 pounds, and she's lost 3 inches off her waist since January 1st. Now, this is tied into much more success, but just since New Year's. And excuse me, Jason, her husband's down 16 pounds, and he's lost 3 inches from his waist.
Wow, I didn't know Jason had lost that much. That's great. And they're of course, couples working out together, but those guys are so supportive of each other. They are truly each other's cheerleaders. You okay?
I'm not sure. I might not be okay. I might have to donate my voice to you.
Oh,
I
was going to go into an imitation, but I won't.
I don't know. I am choking to death. Okay. Janelle Cooper. So as of about New Year's Day, she was down 101 pounds. 101 pounds for Janelle. And since then, she's lost about 7 pounds.
Okay.
It's incredible.
Now, I mean, I guess, plateauing is an issue. I call it an issue. It's not an issue. It's just a factor that you have to deal with from time to time, where when you've made some of these losses, even some of the smaller ones, you might hit a point where it just becomes more difficult, or you're not seeing the loss.
And that's a good, excuse me, good point. That's where you change things up. That's where you reevaluate. Maybe you set your caloric budget to one place, but you're there. So maybe you have to drop it down to meet your new weight goals. Maybe you need to do different types of activity to challenge your body.
Okay.
Sleep more.
I'm behind that 100%.
Yeah. Hey, I think people would be shocked at how much I value sleep. I mean, I'm a go energizer buddy. But when it comes to nighttime, I mean, the sooner the better I can get in bed, the longer I can stay there. I appreciate that. My body needs sleep to heal. Adjusting to the reduction in your basal metabolic rate and your calories. Yeah, your body adjusts, and so do you. Sometimes people think they're like, I eat one bowl of cereal. Okay, well, what's a bowl? Is it a bowl? Is it a bowl? Is it a bowl? They have different connotations. Sometimes people have to resort to measuring their food with a measuring cup or weighing it to know exactly what they're getting. Okay. Ashley Ivani, she finished her first full marathon at Disney World, and she's lost 13 pounds since then.
Nice.
And
Congratulations.
She's not a very big person to begin with.
And I'm sorry, did you say she did the marathon? She did her first marathon?
She did her first marathon.
Congratulations.
Super exciting. And then my friend Gia, she's trying to lose 100, and she's already down 9 pounds. She's even while traveling for work.
Nice. And of course, you've talked about that one before. Travel is an excuse to eat anything you want because it's hard to eat properly, right?
It's a very stupid excuse, and it's one that doesn't count. It's invalid. It's an invalid excuse. And as you've learned, and I've seen it, no matter where we go, they sell produce.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, you can say no thank you when someone offers you a cocktail or dessert or fried food or whatever, right?
You can find fruit and vegetables in all 50 states. It's amazing. States.
Every country on earth has fruits and vegetables. Maybe not Antarctica. I'm not sure over there, but that's a continent. But anywho, it's available everywhere. Everywhere I've been, and I've traveled extensively, free sidewalks, free parks. There is the ground wherever you are. And if you have the ground below your feet, you can do lunges and burpees and push-ups and stretching and dancing. You can exercise is actually everywhere, Rudy. Did you know?
There goes all my excuses are just going away. Because some of the sidewalks I've walked on, they have tolls.
You're the liar. You're a lying liar.
All right.
Hey, listen, if there's a hole that gives you an opportunity to leap over them or get a little more exercise going around them.
Excellent. I got it. Hold on. Let me
write this stuff down. It's golden. It's golden. Okay. All right. So I'm just very proud of them. Not only am I proud and I like to brag, but I want other people that, are thinking about maybe taking off a few pounds. I want them to come. Let me help them for free. Fitzness.com, exact formula for weight loss. You can join the Hottie group and we'll take good care of you. Not just me, but the thousands of other people that are just regular Joes and Janes trying to live better and live longer. Okay.
And that's the way it's done.
That's the way it's done. Okay. Next up, we've got two things I want to talk about. We won't spend too much time because people have been with us along. But in about 10-ish days, you and I are going to get together in Tampa Bay.
Aye, we are. It's true. Tell them more, Fitz.
People are going to be running for the booty at Gasparilla.
It's going to be so much fun. Pirate party and just a great time and an iconic event. How many years? Is it like 44 or something like that?
Oh, that's a bad question to ask me. I don't know the answer, but you're right. It's been around a very long time. Very long.
What do we got? We got a 15K.
Oh, we got a 5K. We got an 8K. We got a 15K and a half marathon.
Oh, something for everybody. No excuses.
No excuses. That's right. And so this is what we want everyone to do. Come out and do Gasparilla. You can book your flights today. There's a Tampa St. Pete airport nearby. And if you're local, get your family, get your friends. And I already have my pirate regalia ready. It is ordered. It is here in my home, Rudy Novotny. What is your pirate gear? Where is it?
I'm putting it together as we speak.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you had to bring that up. I
Of
got the
course
pressure. I got the pressure. I'm going to be there in pirate gear. I will be there. Oh, and for all of you watching, or any of you watching that you couldn't get into Princess because it's sold out, it's okay. Come on to Gasparilla. We're going to have an amazing time. Tampa's beautiful. The weather's going to be great, and it's going to be an amazing time. And Fitz, don't we have a couple discount codes?
You are such a smart man, because look what just happened. Boom.
There you go. Fitzness 1 or Fitzness 2. Good for a great discount on really an amazing event. It's iconic. Gasparilla is iconic. And it's just a very special event and weekend, and it's an amazing party. Hey, you got to be there.
Okay. And listen, so many people, we talk about this a lot, but they get just stuck in the rut of going to the same. Like, I had fun at this one, so I'm going to keep going back there every single time. No, go elsewhere. Come follow Team Noisy around. We actually have people who do that, follow us around the country, and they're the best. They have the most fun. All right, Rudy has an eye patch.
That's it. That's
Okay.
it. Go ahead. Go.
All right.
Go.
You don't watch Seinfeld because you're a terrible person. And I traditionally don't associate with people who have not watched Seinfeld from episode 1 to episode last.
Well, thank you for the exception. Go ahead.
You're welcome. But there's a fluffy shirt episode. And I think perhaps we could get Rudy a fluffy shirt. So
I will undoubtedly have a fluffy shirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So Gasparilla, that's February 26th, 27th. These two noisy people will be there. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And Team Noisy Fandom Road Trip. Be there, Brian Solberg, or we're removing you from our life.
And we'll make you walk the plank.
And we'll make you walk the plank. That's right. A puffy shirt. Thank you. Puffy, not fluffy. Puffy shirt. Right, Brian? He's my friend. Rudy. Fitness.
Yes.
Fitness. Okay. And then after that, I go to Coast Guard Marathon, but then 2 weeks later, Los Angeles Marathon.
LA Marathon. Oh, can't wait. Awesome. Going to be amazing. Students Run LA are back in the mix, and it's going to be huge. Oh, and they have also reestablished. I'm going to use the wrong term. I'm sorry, my friends from LA Marathon, but it's the gender chase.
Yeah.
And that's gender so challenge. Much fun to watch. It's the challenge. And the pro women will receive an 18-minute head start on the pro men and the rest of the field, and they're literally chasing them down. Very, very exciting, super fun. LA Marathon, an amazing weekend. If you're not registered yet, please go. And Fitz, we have a discount code for LA Marathon.
Oh my goodness.
Team Noisy 2022.
So you talked about the fancy parts of LA, but the nuts and bolts part of LA is that it's raucous and it's fun. And we have the marathon. So if you're marathon ready, again, there's an airport. LAX is cool to fly into. And then the day before, we have the LA Big 5K, which to me, I think is just as much fun. It's colossal event. You run around Dodger Stadium. Some celebrities show up. And this is what I've been told, Rudy.
Go ahead. Tell me what you've been told.
I was told that the Los Angeles Rams just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know what? There's going to be an additional excitement factor this year, without a doubt. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a couple of the Rams over at the at the race.
No promises, but that could be something fun they might do, right?
Yep.
And then, Brian, the gender chase is really good, or gender challenge. Now, Rudy, before we go, so you don't have to wear any special costume for LA. You could just come out and be a person.
Thank you.
No poofy shirt required. But I have a trivia for you. It's not really trivia, but we had the halftime show for Super Bowl 2022. What performers performed in the halftime show?
Dr. Dre.
Yes.
Eminem.
Yes.
Snoop Dogg. You know, it's not my genre. It's not my thing, but I got to say, I thought the whole production was pretty darn amazing, and I know that you were giddy.
I thought it was awesome. So great. But listen, I'm so proud of you. I'm
Thank
so
you.
impressed.
Thank you.
You got about 50%.
Well, yeah, and
Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and who was the
Mary
other?
J. Blige. Okay.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
I said Snoop
So
Dogg.
good.
That was one of my favorites.
Did you see that?
Yeah. I didn't know there was going to be a quiz, so I'm
50
pretty
Cent.
proud of
50
myself.
Cent was the other. You did
50
great.
Cent. Oh, should have. Yeah, 50 Cent. I should have had that one.
And people are picking on him because he's put on a few pounds. And I just
come
think
on.
leave the guy alone. But you could also send him over to Fitzness.com to read the exact formula for weight loss if he wanted to take a couple off.
That would be fun to have him in the group.
I know. I think he's super hunky. I know he's got a bit of a troubled past, but I think he's a very sexy man. So if that sexy guy wants to use my formula and sing to me, I will.
It's okay with you.
Okay.
Nice. Come on, 50 Cent.
50 cents. That's right. Okay. So thank you for talking about a variety of things with me today.
Hey, always fun to chat with you anytime, anywhere. And, we got a bunch of stuff coming up, and I'm actually going to be able to get to spend some time with you in Gasparilla in about 10 days.
Oh,
we're going to have the time of our lives.
Are you going to talk like that? Are you going to talk like that the whole time?
Okay, I'm not, because the very first Disney event I ever did was based on Pirates of the Caribbean. And I did that almost the whole weekend. And I couldn't talk for 2 to 3 days after the event was over. My throat was so shot. I felt like such an idiot.
Yeah.
But
I think it might get annoying if we did it, except we will pepper in the pirate talk.
We'll pepper in the pirate lingo.
Pirate lingo, but mostly we should talk about booties and booty.
I'm always down to talk about booty.
That's my commitment. Okay, Mr. Novotny, I love you so much. Thank you for spending the day with us.
My pleasure, but somebody else wants to say hello. They're very excited. The llama says no drama from the llama.
No drama. Team Noisy has expanded by two llamas.
That's right.
East
That's
Coast
right.
and the West Coast llama. They're rappers. Okay. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye,
Get to
everybody.
work.
Get to work.